Some of you have been sleeping on fingering, okay? Some of you have been really forgetting about the art of a good finger, okay? And you need to reacquaint yourselves. Yeah, I do want to see men wear thongs. Whatever. Going out on New Year's is so canceled. I was saying to my friends, I don't think I'll ever do it ever again in my entire life. Granted that I've never really been a going out on New Year's kind of girl. I have gone out and done some type of public celebration a total of 4 times in my 27 years of life. Almost 28. Oh my God. And a learning that I constantly go back on is just like, I would never regret not attending any of those outings. If I think back and I think, would I have had more fun sitting on my couch or at that New Year's party? The answer is always on my fucking couch, I'll be honest. So this New Year's, I spent it how I truly wanted to spend it, which was at the spa all day and watching horny cinema at night. I went and saw Babygirl, and I have thoughts about it. Some annoying and some not annoying. But I have a thesis statement that I need to share with the people. Hi everyone, my name is Maddie Dragsbaek. If you're new here, I am sometimes annoying. Something about me that is annoying is that I went to film school. Sometimes I can be annoying about movies. I don't think I'm that annoying though. Like, I'm not pretentious. Huge. Okay. John Tucker Must Die is one of my favorite movies. Sleepover, 2004 classic, one of my favorite movies. I am not a pretentious prick of a movie buff. That's not me. That's not my vibe. Famously, that's sort of what took me out of loving movies for a little bit post-grad, because I was just so sick of all of these like pretentious movie lords that watch a movie, and if they hate it but you like it, they have to rattle off all the reasons why you're actually wrong for liking it. I'm not like that at all. But I'm a very opinionated person by nature, as I'm sure all of you know. I do have a YouTube channel and a podcast where I sit and talk to myself for a living. So I don't think anybody was confused on whether or not I had a lot of opinions. So can I be annoying? Yes, 100% I will admit to that. Am I the most annoying? No. And I'll drink to that. I have been really excited for Babygirl. Number one, because I just think the rise of horny cinema is exactly what we all need right now. Exactly what I need desperately, biblically, in all of the worst and best ways. I need to go to the Alamo Drafthouse, watch a beautiful, gorgeous film that makes me feel everything. I want to be horned the fuck up when I leave that movie theater. I want to hop into my Uber, open up a private tab on my iPhone, and Google things you would never dream of Googling. All right? I want to be doing research in the back of an Uber X so that I can get home to my place of living and privately, in the comforts of my own room, perform experiments and tests that you would never imagine. I'm a woman in STEM, baby. What can I say? So when I heard about Babygirl, Nicole Kidman, Harris Dickinson, intern seducing CEO, movie category horny. When I heard that Babygirl was a thing and that it was coming out, I was very excited for it. Now, if you wanted me to review Babygirl as an intellectual, as a serious person, as someone with a film degree, I would tell you that it was a movie that had some really great moments mixed into a whole lot of whatever. If I was going to give this movie a serious review, I'd tell you that I thought the performances were great. I think Nicole Kidman and Harris Dickinson were magical and they had undeniable chemistry with each other. However, the writing for me was really lacking. I thought there needed to be so much more background and context in order for me to really give a shit, and also for me to believe Samuel's character and like the audacity, nerve, and gall he had to go for a woman like that at all. And I know that some people are going to be like, oh, well, he's a man. That's where he got the audacity, nerve, and gall. And I'm like, okay, don't buy it. Like, I needed more. I needed more story. I needed more background. I needed more context. I needed more lore, okay? I needed to know about his childhood traumas. We didn't really get any of that. And it was like, you would have pockets of horny goodness. You'd have pockets and moments that would send shivers up your fucking spine. And then you'd go into a lull where it was just like a whole lot of nothing burger. And then we'd get horny again. And then we'd go back. And then we'd get horny again, okay? if you wanted me to review this movie as a serious person, I would tell you that it was a little disappointing to me, actually, because I wanted so much more out of it, and I thought that it could have been so much more, given how totally talented these two actors are and how hungry the audience is to be horny to this degree. Okay? The audience has a praise kink. We want to be told that we are good girls. Okay, we do. I need biblically to be told that, okay? There was a demand for this. Did they meet that demand? In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. Overall, I ended up giving the movie a 3 stars over on Letterboxd at Maddie Dragsbaek if you want to check me out. Sometimes I say things. I'm trying to be a Letterboxd influencer. It's in. Letterboxd influencers are in this year. 2025 is the year of the Letterboxd influencer. Write it down. Also, can I just say, and then I'll stop being annoying, okay? I'm getting out all my annoying up front. Any criticism I have about this movie, I'm saying up top here. And you're going to see why in a second. But I just need to add on here that a lot of the cinematography I just did not fucking like. Also, at like the top of the movie, there's like this, they're making some informational video about this fucking company, this Amazon adjacent whatever nonsense that she's running. And it's just like, at the top of the movie, one of like the first few shots that we see that are acquainting us with the world this is happening in is like a very sterile looking informational video for this company. Like it just took me out of it. It was very unsexy to me. And I was like, oh, I'm hating the visuals of this up at the top here. And there were moments of that spliced through where we would have like really gorgeous moments and then it would go all the way in the opposite direction. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Tighten it up, people. That is what I would say if I was going to review Babygirl as a serious person. However, and this is the take that I am willing to die on the hill of. This is the take that I will bring to my grave, which is that not all movies should be reviewed seriously. Some things should just be horny and stupid and silly and fun. And Babygirl is one of those movies to me. Did I have fun? Yes, absolutely the fuck I did. Do I need to re-listen to that clip of Harris Dickinson calling Nicole Kidman a good girl after she drank that whole glass of milk in public? Yeah, I do. I do need to rewatch that. In 2025, horny cinema is in, okay? Horny cinema is all we fucking need. I was on the phone with my friend last night and I was saying that this year I am very into fleeting flirting. Fleeting flirting, that's the vibe of 2025. I love little moments of flirting that we can just experience and then leave right there. Just leave it on the table. We're not going to do anything else with it. We're just going to have a little fun and then leave it there, okay? Fleeting flirting. I love it. Those are my vibes of right now, just living a more whimsical, romantic, flirtatious life without it being a big deal. We're just living flirtatiously. Fleeting flirting. I love it. Fleeting flirting and horny cinema go hand in hand in 2025. I want to go to the movie theater and be horny for 2 hours and then have to go home, go on public transit to get home and act like nothing ever happened. Fleeting flirting, horny cinema. Oh, they're making out right now, right in front of me, and it's fucking awesome. I am never going to bite the hand that feeds me, okay? I am never going to poo-poo the horny cinema that I have been given. Not everything is meant to be intellectualized. Some things can just be fun, okay? And this is coming from someone that is annoying. I can say this because I am annoying. And really, I think that horny cinema in 2024 did fantastically. Famously, Challengers was my favorite movie of the year. And Challengers is a totally different beast because Challengers, to me, is a technically incredible movie. That movie is a 5-star movie all the way through. Challengers is like a masterclass in subtle relationship dynamics and power shifts. Luca Guadagnino is an absolute genius. The score is fantastic. The script is fantastic. Zendaya, Mike Feist, and Josh O'Connor. Patrick Zweigs, his character's name. Josh O'Connor, those 3 actors, they were fucking electric together. They were horny. They were sexy. They built entire worlds in themselves. And I just feel like I grow to love that movie more and more every single time I watch it, because every time I shift my perspective to be empathetic towards a different character, shift the villain narrative on someone else, I start to believe it and I start to buy it. And that's kind of the beautiful part. I love how flawed those characters are. I love the drama. It makes it hornier. It makes it sexier. My favorite part of Challengers is how they leave you wanting more. Fleeting flirting. A lot of people were like, oh, Challengers needed to be more horny. Challengers wasn't horny enough. And I couldn't disagree more, because I think it is hornier. I am full of more longing, more wanting when I'm given just a little tiny taste and then it's all taken away from me. I don't need to see penetrative sex in the movie in order to feel excited by it. And to be honest with you, my favorite parts of Babygirl, the horniest parts of Babygirl to me, are not the parts where they're having sex. The horniest part to Babygirl to me was the milk drinking scene. He sends a glass of milk over to Nicole Kidman's character at a bar, and she drinks the whole thing, never breaking eye contact with him. And then afterwards, when she's standing at the bar, the whole place is cleared out, she's paying the check, he walks past her from behind and just whispers in her ear, "Good girl." She turns to look at him, shocked that he would say something like that, and he's already walking away, doesn't give a fuck that she's having any type of reaction. That was the horniest part of the movie for me. That is what made me the most excited. When they were actually having sex, penetrative sex, I'm already done. The roller coaster's already over for me at that point. Oh, another thing that's in this year, fingering as an art form. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Fingering is making a huge comeback. Some of you have been sleeping on fingering, okay? Some of you have been really forgetting about the art of a good finger, okay? And you need to reacquaint yourselves. Babygirl understood the art form of fingering as a form of art. Babygirl fucking understood it. And I really just think that Babygirl has issued in the formal resurgence of, fingering in a huge way. This is awesome for us, you guys. Anyways, my point being that I think there are other examples of horny cinema that have come out in recent time that are actual true examples of horny cinema that is also very technically great cinema. Babygirl is not one of those to me, but it doesn't need to be. Now, would I go so far as to say that Babygirl is one of my favorite guilty pleasure watches, or even a movie that I will be, arguing is a 5-star, even though it's, if I was being a serious person, it wouldn't. No, not even that at all. Again, I gave the movie a 3 stars. It's not like, for me, some movies that fit that bill in my worldview. John Tucker Must Die. This is the first one that always comes to mind for me. John Tucker Must Die, 5-star movie to me. I love John Tucker Must Die. It is so fun. It is one of the first horny movies that I watched as a teenager that I was just totally fucking enamored with. Yeah, I do want to see men wear thongs. Whatever. 5 stars. I don't give a fuck that other people wouldn't give it 5 stars. I have no interest in getting in a serious debate with people over John Tucker Must Die. It's just so not worth it to me. This is what I'm saying. Not everything needs a serious take. John Tucker Must Die is a 5-star movie to me. I don't give a fuck if it is actually technically a 5-star movie. I don't care at all, actually. And I feel the same way about Sleepover, which a few years ago, when everyone was discovering Sleepover for the first time and all those video essays came out about Sleepover, I want to say that Drew Gooden was the first person that I saw do a big video essay on Sleepover. 2004. Beautiful, gorgeous, amazing movie. Okay. I was obsessed with Sleepover as a kid. It was one of my favorite movies. And when I saw everyone making video essays about Sleepover, I actually couldn't watch any of them. I have no idea what those video essays say. I could not watch them. Because if you say a bad word about Sleepover, I'm actually going to get mad. And I feel like I can say that and I can defend Sleepover because of the amount of fat phobia in that movie. As a fat bitch, I'm allowed to defend Sleepover and say it was a 5-star movie. I'm allowed. I love Sleepover. I love that movie. It is so silly and stupid and fun. It is pure early 2000s teenage trash to me. It's nostalgic. It's girly. It's silly. It's fucking gorgeous. I love the movie Sleepover. I do not care that other people do not love these movies as much as I do. They are 5-star movies to me, and I could do entire essays on why they are 5-star movies to me. I could argue my perspective. I just don't want you to argue back. I am fully equipped to give you reason after reason why these movies are 5 stars to me, but I have no interest in getting into a back and forth with you. You're just supposed to respect my passion. You're just supposed to look at me and go, I love that you have opinions like this, you sexy beast. And I'm just supposed to look at you and be like, period. Watch it again. And Sleepover isn't a horny movie. This is sort of a separate genre of like Y2K teenage cringe movies that I also love. Except actually I fucking lied, because it is, 100% it is. When she ends up in the shower with him at the end, because she has to go to get his boxers as a part of the scavenger hunt. Shut up. Sleepover, OG horny movie. I don't have a fucking voice anymore. Having a crush and stealing his boxers, going into his home to steal his boxers when he's in the shower on the last day of summer. Shut up. Shut up. But both categories definitely suffer from the same affliction. People that watch the movies and want to review them from a very serious perspective, when I just don't know if we need to review them from a serious perspective. Maybe we can just have fun. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, Letterboxd users. And like I said, horny cinema as a category, there's a vast spectrum here with movies that are both horny and also technically brilliant, beautiful movies that I would actually genuinely argue for them being a serious contender for a fantastic film, Challengers being one of them. I would fight tooth and nail for Challengers, 100% I would, versus Babygirl, where it's like, I'm not going to fight tooth and nail to be like, this movie's fucking fantastic, because I'm even acknowledging that it's not. However, I don't care. I don't care, because I had fun and I left horny. Mission accomplished. I do love the dynamic of like a powerful, strong leader of a woman relinquishing control and having that release of control be what turns her on. I do love that, and I do also relate to that. I mean, really, I thought Nicole Kidman was such a fucking star in this. And I do just wish that their examination of like the other layer, which is being turned on by doing things that you know you're not supposed to do, being turned on by the allure of risking everything that you have, and like the actual seduction of existing in limbo between everything you have and losing it if anyone finds out. I wish they explored the like psychological aspect of that a little bit more. I wish that it went deeper. I wish there was more backstory, more context to inform, because I do think that that context would have made everything more horny. If you'd like input from the horny expert, if you'd like my advice, I don't know if I want to pin myself as the horny expert, but maybe I am. Maybe that's just my truth. I don't know. And I saw so many think pieces about Challengers as well, which, fine. Not everyone has to have the same opinion as I do. Rolling my eyes, but fine. However, it does piss me off that I know that Challengers likely will not get nominated for anything this award season except for maybe Score, when I genuinely believe that it is deserving of more nominations than that. And actually, don't even fucking get me started on the fact that Emilia Perez won at the Golden Globes. What? I'm sorry. And Challengers won't get nominated for Best Picture, but you know what will? Emilia Perez. All right? I'm going to have immediate beef with the Oscar nominations the second they come out on Sunday. I fucking know it. And I think that a lot of time movies that appeal to primarily female audiences do get snubbed in this way. I think so often you have like boy movies that are classically loved by men, really upheld as classics. But then when you look at the movies that are classically loved by women, they're usually just brushed off as chick flicks, which I obviously think is fucking dumb. And I do love being an asshole about it. Like, I love when people are like, oh my God, you haven't seen Star Wars? You fucking have to see Star Wars. And I'm like, well, have you seen the entire Twilight saga? Didn't think so, you fucking uncultured prick. And I know those two aren't apples to apples comparisons, but why do I have to be serious in response to you all the time? Like, I'm sorry. I haven't seen Star Wars and you haven't seen Twilight. So which one of us is happier? me. But even though I am inclined to have the joking response, there are serious movies that I would raise to those people and be like, okay, well, I haven't seen Star Wars, but you haven't seen Challengers. You haven't seen Devil Wears Prada. You haven't seen Notting Hill. You haven't seen Uptown Girls. You haven't seen Poor Things, Little Miss Sunshine, whatever it is. All of these movies that I think are fucking fantastic, but you don't give a shit that you haven't seen them. But you want me to give a shit that I haven't seen Star Wars. And I don't. And I won't give a shit until you give a shit that you haven't seen these fucking girl movies. So really, my conclusion here is twofold. Number one is that I don't think that all movies need to be reviewed seriously. And I think that I'm allowed to love Babygirl while also acknowledging its shortcomings. And I think that just makes everything more fun. And I think it makes me more fun, and I think it makes life more beautiful and horny. And the second conclusion, which is not really about Babygirl, but more about horny cinema and more directed towards challengers, which is really just that I'm frustrated that so many movies that are widely loved by women are oftentimes sort of dismissed and not given as many accolades as I believe they really deserve. Justice for romance movies, justice for horny cinema. Challengers was a fucking great movie, and I am irritated that it will probably get snubbed this awards season because I, honest to God, just think that the characters in Challengers, it's like a fucking masterclass in these complicated relationship dynamics. That is the most compelling love triangle that I have witnessed in a piece of cinema in fucking years. The longer I sit with Challengers, the more I watch it, the longer I sit with it, the more I fucking love it, and the angrier I get that it probably won't be as celebrated as it is celebrated to me. To fucking me, okay? And I want more movies like Challengers. I want more horny movies that are that fucking good, that fucking fantastic. And I also want horny movies that are not so good, that are just fucking horny and silly and fun and feature Nicole Kidman and Harris Dickinson fucking around with each other, him calling her good girl, holding the door, him when she's trying to leave the conference room and he slowly closes the glass door with his hand, has it pressed up, and she's like right here, and he's like, close the door. Just close the door. Just listen to me. Close the door. And he's so close to her. I want more of that, okay? And maybe if you fucking letterbox nerds spent more time paying attention to what women want, you might get more puss. But what do I know? Anyways, I would actually recommend Babygirl if you want to just go to the cinema and have a fun little girly night out. And honestly, I think that maybe half of the beauty of horny cinema to me is like the audience participation of it all and how our perception of the movie and how it plays to our individual desires is actually more important than whether or not we're actually witnessing something erotic on screen, which is what I felt about Challengers. You want to indulge in a little bit of repressed desire and have Harris Dickinson tell you that you've been a good girl, then I recommend it. I think the buildup is great, actually. The foreplay of it all, pretty great. I think Babygirl does that fantastically. And also the choice to work with Sky Ferreira on that track. I could not have been more satisfied with that choice as a Sky Ferreira head. All in all, my ins for the year are as follows. Horny cinema, in. Fingering as an art form, in. Out is boy movies upheld as classics and girl movies dismissed as trivial chick flicks and over intellectualizing shit when you should just have a little fun and be a little horny. Okay? Loosen up, my people. If you want to see more of my takes on movies, you can follow me over on Letterboxd at Maddie Dragsbaek. I watched 241 movies last year. Kind of a lot of freaking movies that I watch. I'm going to see The Brutalist tonight. It is literally 215 minutes long. I don't think I've ever watched a movie that long in my entire life. So I'm about to mentally prepare to go in and lock in for that many minutes. My hot take is that movies should never be longer than 2 hours. And if they're longer than 2 hours, just break it up into 2 movies. That's my hot take. If you want to hear me yap more about other topics of conversation, I do have a podcast, Emotionally Online, that is now coming out every Thursday. And if you want to write me a love note, leave me something sweet. My Instagram is at Maddie Dragsbaek. Thanks for hanging out today and entertaining me while I talk about, horny musings following the consumption of Babygirl, as God intended. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.